as you know, winter is coming. So therefore, I ordered a jacket a week ago online. And I'm still waiting for the delivery. And I just hate waiting. Oh my god, it's going to be so cold tonight. Minus 40 degrees, so I'll just go and buy a jacket now. Okay, so now we're at the bus station and we've been waiting for forever. I hate waiting.
Finja, did you know that waiting can actually be really good? Let me
What?
tell you a story.
Okay.
5 years ago, my stupid boyfriend broke up with me. So I broke into his parents' home and stole the family jewels. Yeah, regardless, so I broke into them. And today is the day that I finally can go home after fleeing to Canada.
What do you mean?
But why? Do you know the statute of limitations? After 5 years, they cannot prosecute it anymore, so I get to go home.
But you're in Canada now. Are you talking about German law?
Yes, of course.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we should look at that problem.
A pet peeve of mine is that I can't stand waiting, or I can't stand if I can't achieve things right away. When I was trying to make a connection to international law, I thought about what happens if you wait long enough, and therefore I came to the statutes of limitation. By definition, a limitation statute is a law that restricts the time within which legal proceedings may be brought. First, let's have a look at domestic law. For example, the German Criminal Code. In the German Criminal Code, crimes can be subject to the limitation statute after 30 years. If we have a look at the Canadian Criminal Code, according to Section 48, it prohibits proceedings against an accused person on the charge of treason within 3 years from the time when the offense has been committed. Therefore, can crimes committed on an international level be subject to the statutes of limitations? Can someone that committed a war crime 30 years, 40 years, or 50 years ago be still held accountable for that? An important law principle you have to keep in mind for that is, for example, nullum crimen sine lege, no crime without a law. That means that you cannot hold someone accountable for something that isn't present in law at all. Another important aspect is the procedural part. Effective prosecution of perpetrators of international crimes are no longer possible after over 70 years, and hereby we're talking, for example, about the Nuremberg trials. On the pro side, for example, we have the statutes of the International Criminal Court. Article 29 of the ICC statute says that war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide are not subject to limitation. Another important convention is a convention by the UN in 1968 that also says that there's a non-applicability of statutory limitations to war crimes. The problem with the convention and the ICC is that they lack of support. For example, only a few states fall under the jurisdiction of the ICC, and the US, for example, is none of them. How can persons or states we consider punishable from a moral perspective be held accountable? One approach would be that instead of establishing a rule, that their courts should be given the flexible power to decide case by case whether there is enough proof to be taken into account in order to be able to punish that person or the state. Another solution is rather a political approach, to get as many states as possible to ratify those conventions and put themselves under the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court with regard to customary law would be a great success. Those are just some solutions and problems I will be covering in my paper. Thank you for your attention.